Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Mango the Goat, and this is a mental liberation moment. It's the IIP. IIP stands for Involuntary Immigrants Podcast. Today, I'd like to introduce y'all to somebody. You know them for a while. I'd like to introduce you to your first oppressor. Find a mirror near you, something to find your reflection, and I'm going to introduce you to your first oppressor. A lot of us bit into this bullshit they sold us, and they talk about the white man, the such and such, the Chinaman, the aliens, all of these No, your first oppressor is you. It ain't Billy Bob. It ain't none of that shit. It's you. You the one that's gonna hold you back from anything you want to be. Okay? Now, I don't think it's white race. It's a difference between white supremacy and the radical racist whites. It's a big difference, right? White supremacy is a system. The radical whites are more so kill all everybody, want to replace us, and all this and that. White supremacy, on the other hand, is there's a system where black people at the bottom, and it's not so much all the time that they're looking at like black people being at the bottom. They're just looking at like, my life is great, and you know, I come from generations of us being great, and I like to keep it that way. So a lot of times white supremacists ignore black oppression factors. What makes it worse is when black people, especially Negroes, we only focus on the oppressed factor and we blame everybody for our oppression. Like, no shit, it's like, it's the white man's fault I sold that crack and then shot that old bitch in the head because my white teacher gave me an F in 5th grade. Nigga, it don't work like that. And be real with you. As I say, you're your first oppressor. Maybe you realize it later after you done fucked up. But a lot of times, your miseducation from your family does not excuse you oppressing yourself. It make it fucked up, but it don't excuse it. It still happens. You got a lot of, young brothers and sisters who family tell them, well, you got to get that government check. Listen, that government check, if you get a government check, you get one. But how do you capitalize while you get that? You getting the government check, you going to school somewhere. You have to move every day like the government check's going to stop tomorrow. You can't be living government check to government check and planning out 70 years of that. I personally believe people on government assistance of any kind, the reason you getting that is so you don't try to be greater. You don't challenge yourself. That's what I personally believe, is to make you complacent, to make you docile. It makes you agreeable. So that's what I believe with that. Now, honestly, I personally think like the white people, the majority of white people in this country don't give a fuck about us. Not saying they hate us. I'm saying they got their own shit to deal with. I'm talking individualism. People got their own shit to deal with. You know, some white guy right now, he's battling his inner demons. He might be gay and he don't know. It's another white guy. He's worried about his family. It's some white person whose kid might have cancer, Lord forbid. But people got their own personal shit to deal with. So a lot of them don't give a fuck about us. It's not like, oh, yeah, some black dude got killed by the cops. Okay, but I just got laid off and I'm trying not to shoot everybody. People have their own shit to deal with. So if you, as a nigga, decide I'm going to spend 24 hours a day complaining about how the white man is holding me back, you will fail. Unless you go be like a lot of these niggas who run these fucking organizations who figure out how to sell that shit back to you. A lot of these, your Al Sharpton ass niggas and such, they gonna come back to your neighborhood and tell you, we shall overcome. Da-da-da. You look at these niggas, what job do they have? Because they live good. What job do they have? Think about that. What job do they have? Every job they have has something to do with black oppression. Them niggas don't go work in a construction yard and then go rally. Them niggas don't work at Walmart and then go make a fucking protest. That's these niggas' bread and butter. So what happens when you stop going to the rallies? When you stop buying into this shit, them niggas out of a job. That's the truth of it. They out of a job. So you are your first oppressor. Now, I ain't one of them motherfuckers to say racism don't exist. I'm not one of them motherfuckers to say white supremacy is not a thing. I'm not one of the motherfuckers that say we are not at the bottom. No, motherfucker, we got the lowest wealth in America. The Negro does. Not the black people, not the people of color. The Negro does. And as from what I saw last, it was on a decline. As the orange president said, we have the worst neighborhoods, the worst school systems, and this and that on majority. So that shit exists. But individually, you are your first oppressor. Now, I do believe this, though. I do believe a lot of liberals use some of the negative things from our culture to put us in worse position. And I think they do that just to benefit from us. It's like a political slavery. And also, like I say, a lot of our own niggas do that to us. Right? And if you notice, a lot of our niggas that do that to us, they go hand in hand with that Liberal Party. Right? But I truly believe that my people are blessed people. The Negro people are blessed fucking people. Nobody else could be through what we've been through for generations. Generations on generations. There's nobody in the history of the world to go through that. So you can't tell me we ain't blessed by God. Period. You try to tell my grandma that shit. You couldn't tell my grandma, you can't tell me. Her birth certificate said Negro. The Negro is blessed by God. I've never seen a people with such a greater resiliency. But the issue we have now is because that resiliency is so great and nothing destroyed it, we're going through mental warfare now with the system. You have a people that swear to be your friend and they sell you this mental bullshit and we buying into it slowly. Slowly. It seems rapid, but I feel like it's slowly. And that's going to fuck us up worse than even slavery ever did. Now, the only way you could fail individually is if we fail ourselves. And the first way to do that is to buy into the nonsense that, oh, we're just getting held down. We're just getting held down. Nah, homie. See, I heard this thing was 2 words. It was it was aptitude and attitude. And the aptitude is your ability to grasp something. The attitude is your motivation towards grabbing it. And I spoke before about ambitious people seeming to be more successful in life than solely talented people. For the same reason, a lot of ambitious people fail harder than solely talented people, and that's greed. See, now when we think of greed, we think of it as a negative trait. But greed can surely be a positive trait to the individual, as history shows. In fact, see, most people who speak negative on someone's greed, that's normally somebody who has less than their subject of conversation, to keep it real with you. See, now I heard the phrase playing ball as a kid, and that's hard work beats talent when talent don't work. See, the ambitious individual has the ability to trump both hard workers and talented individuals. Now, see, talent can be broken down to natural or educated talent, but a lot of talented people who master their craft, see, they are only comfortable in their craft. See, with lack of ambition or fear to lose the stubborn ways or step aside to the box for great opportunities, they stay great in only their talent. But in order to take their talent to a larger audience, they have to require to do so much or acquire the aid of somebody ambitious. The underground rap scene is where you find all this. You find this shit all the time. See, people are great at certain aspects of rapping, but they fear to become an artist or staying real to the streets. You know, I gotta say real to the streets, bro. But I don't want to fuck with that. I don't want to do. I love Andre 3000. He broke that mold. But see, they don't need to learn the business because they about to get a deal. Rap, to me, is one of the biggest white supremacy scams ever marked to the Negro. See, the majority of the songs glorify and promote a system that plans to keep us at the bottom by way of example of culture. See, while toxifying our culture at the same time. See, they take the people our ancestors would be ashamed of and then flip that bitch and sell it as our ancestors was wrong. Our ancestors was wrong to not live like this. Yeah. Dear white people, we ain't like our ancestors sign this hand. So, you know, you sell us this bullshit that you know our ancestors wouldn't fuck with, and then tell us, well, you know, this is what your ancestors should have been like. And then us niggas be like, yeah, we ain't like our ancestors. Nah, nigga, we not. We not. See, and when that shit fails, they just blame something else because it can't be you. It just can't be. You can't have a low fucking income. It got to be the system that did this to you. It can't be because you dropped out in 8th grade and then you went to prison for a long time because, you know, you followed your peers. It can't be that. See, this is mislearned behavior. See, the rap artists they sell won't make more uplifting culture music out of fear that it ain't gonna sell. See, now, this is lack of ambition. See, 10 out of your homies like your mixtape that you spent 10 bands on and you refuse to get a trade. You fucking up. It's like, man, I'm gonna do this rap shit, cool, but you know, man, shit, my homeboy say my shit riding though. Hell yeah, cause my shit ride, cause my shit slapping, dog. Oh man, yeah. But you gonna get that job though? No, shit, my shit about to take off, man. I'm gonna get a deal. This is mislearned behavior. Thank y'all for listening. Stay blessed until next time.
Do you remember writing in your diary that freedom is the freedom to say 2 and 2 make 4?
Yes.
How many fingers am I holding up, Winston?
4.
And if the party says it is not 4 but 5, then
4.
180. How many? 190. How many fingers, Winston?
4. 5. 4. Anything you like. Only stop the pain. Stop.
Involuntary. Done contrary to or without choice. Involuntary.
Immigrant.
Done contrary
Definition
to
1.
or without choice.
Person who immigrates.
Involuntary.
Immigrant.
Done contrary
Definition
to
1.
or without choice.
Person who comes
Done contrary to or without choice. Done contrary to or without choice. Done contrary to or without choice.
Definition 1. Immigrant. Definition 1. Unknown. Person who established. Unknown. Unknown. Established.
Trying to free your mind.
What white people have to do is try to find out in their own hearts why it was necessary to have a nigger in the first place. But if you think I'm a nigger, it means you need it. The question you gotta ask yourself, the white population of this country's gotta ask itself. North and South, because it's one country, and for a Negro, there is no difference between North and South. There's just, you know, a difference in the way they castrate you.
Trying to free your mind,
Who taught you to hate yourself?
Involuntary. Done contrary to or without choice.
Immigrant. Definition 1. A person who immigrates. Definition 2. A plant or animal that becomes established where it was previously unknown.